Peace be upon you. In today's video, we will make 2 bechamel trays that were not as sweet as they were before. One of the sweetest bechamel trays you can make. We will make a cannelloni tray in the original way. It tastes amazing. If you like lasagna trays, you will love today's tray very much. As for the second recipe, it will be a potato tray with minced meat and bechamel. It will be placed on the table and will be finished until the end. He missed 2 recipes that are easier than the other, so come and see how I prepare this cannelloni tray in the original way. You will feel as if you are eating it in an Italian restaurant. Its method is very easy and does not take any time with me in preparing it completely. Or the first thing I start with is that I put the meat in a frying pan over the fire with a good, strong heat. Then I put a large spoonful of oil in it and a small spoonful of butter for the meat. I use it as it does not have a high percentage of fat, so add a spoonful of butter to make it a little soft. When my pan comes to you, it is quite hot. I provide them with 500 grams of minced meat, which is best in the trays. We stay away from lamb or meat that has a fat percentage on it. Choose veal or beef that is minced and the fat percentage in it is a little low. Turn the meat over the fire until it turns brown. Why does it need to change? The pan must be very hot so that the meat does not let out the juices in it and dries with us, and its taste goes away when all of them remain one color. I add 1 chopped onion to it, a red onion or a white onion. I love white onions in this recipe. I also added 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Stir it over the heat for a minute until you feel the smell of onions and garlic. They started to come out with us a little bit. I provide them with a carrot. You can chop it finely, or you can grate it with a grater with the fine sponge that is in it. This is a celery stalk. Chop it a little finely with a knife and digest it. Or do without it. They want to stir it together. Here comes the turn of the spices. A small spoonful of salt. Half a small spoonful of black pepper. They have half a small spoonful of stock. They have a quarter of a small spoonful of sugar. They want to stir it together. I will provide a large spoonful of tomato paste, and along with them I will provide a cup of concentrated tomato juice. You can use the ready-made cans of tomatoes that are generally used in Italian recipes, or you can use a cup of tomato juice that is squeezed, but without a drop of water. In the same container in which the tomatoes were supplied, I put a cup of water in it, got it well, and fixed it on the mixture. This means that the mixture needs a spoonful of tomato paste and a cup of concentrated tomato juice. It comes with a cup of water. If you feel that the consistency of the sauce is a little heavy, you can put half a cup of water as well. The most important thing is that it does not become heavy and that there is a percentage of sauce in it, as you can see, because it will still heat up on the fire and it will evaporate a lot of liquid, so you do not want it to be very heavy. The last thing is to add thyme and rosemary, and if fresh is not available, we can put with them a very simple dried thyme. But I want them to stir it together and leave it on a low heat for a quarter of an hour. At the same time, the bolognese will be on the fire. Let's prepare the bechamel. We need a large tablespoon of oil and 3 tablespoons of butter. The oil helps a little so that the butter does not burn with us. Once the butter melts, I put half a cup of flour on them, about 60 grams. Stir the flour well with the butter over a low heat until his smell starts to come out a little bit, and he gets excited about the fire here. I provide them with 5 cups of milk, about a liter of milk, and a cup of milk. If you want to make it taste a little creamy, you can put a spoonful of cream cheese, or a spoonful of cream or a little cream on them. If you want a little richer taste, I just settled for a large spoonful of cream cheese, and the last thing I added was a spoonful, a small pinch of salt, a quarter teaspoon of white pepper, and 1 cube of stock. Optionally, if you like, you can add a small pinch of nutmeg. Continue stirring over medium heat until the consistency of the bechamel begins to reduce with me. The fire should not be too high, so that the bechamel does not bottom out, and do not stop stirring so that it takes a creamy consistency all the way to you. This is the right consistency. Not too heavy or too light. Finish the bolognese mixture, which is the minced meat, with the sauce, and we finished the bechamel. The last thing we need is a cannelloni package, which is a large, cylindrical pasta like this. You use it as it is, without boiling it completely. It will cook in the oven exactly like lasagna. This quantity will serve you approximately a 30 by 40 tray. The size in front of you. First, I take a carn from the bechamel and distribute it in the tray from underneath, and with them, I take 2 spoonfuls of sauce. I make a mixture for them together. This will help that the cannelloni does not dry from underneath, and at the same time it comes out to a correct level. I take each one of the cannelloni and stuff it with a mixture of minced meat and sauce. You can use the smallest spoon you have, or you can use a piping pack and stuff it this way. Dope. Spread the minced meat mixture inside it and arrange it in the tray. I almost made the box with this tray, and I have 4 left. I put them in a slightly smaller tray, and the last one is a little meat with sauce. I will definitely not do without them. We will take it and spread it over the tray before we put the bechamel. You can distribute them with a spoon or a brush like this and eat it. As I did. The last thing I distribute to him is the large tray and these 4. What I have left in the end, I cover it with a sheet of butter, then a sheet of foil, and put it in a preheated oven. At 200 degrees. The fire will be from above and below, and we put it on the rack in the middle. It will take exactly 40 minutes with you. After 40 minutes, it will be completely cooked with you. I remove the foil from it. Then I spread a sprinkle of mozzarella on it and open the grill on it. It takes color from the top. When it came out of the oven, it was fake. And it was amazing. I put a few basil leaves on it and it was ready to be served. The best thing is that the cannelloni is very sweet and strong, and this is the most important thing about this recipe. It doesn't stay dry or stick together. That's why I like to cover it. First, put it in the oven for 40 minutes. Then I remove the foil from it and put the cheese on it. This mixture will give you the best result. The bechamel is creamy and firm. And you will feel it. The whole food is light and you will not be satisfied eating any of it. This is a tray of potatoes with bechamel and minced meat. It is delicious, and you will literally not be satisfied eating any of it. You will put it on the table and it will end up for another person, so you will miss it. And a little update on the potato recipes that we always make. You need a kilo of potatoes. The first section will be thick. Then, make each slice of them with fingers of this length and take the rest of each one. I divide them into cubes of this size. I don't want them to be larger than that so that they are even with us. I take these potatoes and start giving them a strong sweet seasoning, which consists of half a small spoonful of paprika with half a small spoonful of salt and half a small spoonful of garlic powder. If we have time, we can give it a sprinkle of thyme. You can mix it with these spices. It's fine, then fry it in the oil. But I like to make it in the air fryer, so I give it a spray of olive oil, and I will fry it well and put it in the air fryer until it is cooked and takes on a golden color. Here I provide them with 5 cups of milk, about a liter of milk, and a cup of milk. Even if you want to make it taste a little creamy, you can put a spoonful of cream cheese, a spoonful of cream, or a little cream on them. I was satisfied with just a large spoonful of cream cheese, and the last thing I need is a small spoonful of salt, a quarter of a small spoonful of white pepper, and 1 cube of broth. Optionally, if you want, you can put a small pinch of nutmeg. Continue stirring over medium heat until it has a bechamel consistency. It starts to stir with me. The fire is not too high because the bechamel does not make a bottom at the bottom. Do not stop stirring so that you get a creamy consistency along with it. This is the right consistency, neither too heavy nor too light. Let us install the tray. I need an oven tray, a Pyrex or Tefal tray, whichever tray you have at home. I get my tray and put in it the first layer of bechamel, which means approximately 2 cabbages like this. The bechamel is placed on top of it with a layer of potatoes. The potatoes will be 100% even, and with them I put a small sprinkle of mozzarella like this, so that the potatoes stick together. The third layer will be the minced meat that I stuck to it. I distribute it well over the potatoes, and the last layer will be the rest of the amount of bechamel that I have, which I spread on top and cover the minced meat with on top of everything in the tray, almost level. But I like it to absorb some of it a little. Put it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees. The shelf in the middle of the fire will be from above and below. It will take you exactly 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you will feel that it has absorbed some of it and started to take on a light golden color. Like this, from the bechamel, take some mozzarella cheese and spread them on top. If we have time, can I give it a sprinkle of thyme and spread it on it? The grill just takes on color and it looks amazing after it turns out amazing, guys, and it smells amazing. Cut it and serve it. I love this Chinese tray, so I have to take a little of it, and it is so creamy and sticks together. After 10 minutes, it sticks a little, so you can take whole pieces from it, more creamy and delicious, and the mix of spices that are in the potatoes, with the minced meat mixture, with the spicy peppercorns that are in it, and it takes its taste completely. Secondly, of course, if there are children who eat or do not like chili pepper, replace the spicy peppers with green peppers. This Chinese pepper is even more delicious. I am sure that you will do it. We made kilos in the original way, an easy and strong method. We made a tray of potatoes with minced meat and bechamel. 2 extremely beautiful and easy recipes. They will benefit you in any situation. Try and come back. Write me your opinion here in the comments. I will see you well in a new video and a new recipe. Bye, beautiful people.